Hello, Self, Infinite Cosmos, Ohana, Soul, Dr. Nick here. This is Magic Mirror Work on Tuesday, September 30th, what's known as now National Truth and Reconciliation Day. And isn't it surprising that the outer world reflects the inner world? There's going to be some truth and reconciliation here as well, to be met, to be with. And just completed 2 days of beautiful, not easy, mischievous, frontier, delightful, darkness, magic, surprise. So many more words. Work with two beautiful men, now brothers, who've known each other for over 20 years. And getting to work with my dear, dear friends, Joni and Matt. Such a gift and an honor for us to come together again. This is only the second and third time we come together to host and facilitate, and the magic keeps growing, the trust keeps growing, the ease keeps growing, and how much things flowed. And it was important for me yesterday to eat some food at the beginning. I drank some nourishing beef bone soup and chicken faux soup and a piece of duck l'orange thigh, and definitely felt much better than the first day when I fasted. And because it extended beyond what I thought was going to happen, I needed to get some boosts of some electrolytes and some grapes to continue. And we definitely used many different dimensions, including the mirror dimension. If you ever watched the movie Doctor Strange and they create the mirror dimension, where it's both a trap and a container and safe and a place to fuck shit up and know that you can fuck shit up and then come out of it and come back to this dimension again. And it was really a gift to be able to fuck shit up in that way and come back. And mischief and surprise really mixed together. Those were the two main themes. And it was surprising who needed to go through what and when, and how we had planted seeds for ourselves in all the stories that we talked about, things that were accidentally happening and then not so accidentally happening, and things that are directly happening, and and finding ourselves in various states of composure and discomposure, and being able to receive and being able to say chief and be able to say I am, and mirror and parrot each other, and notice whenever we don't actually fully mirror each other, there's a part that's listening and filtering at the same time, and then playing with a clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance, clairvoyance, in many different ways, and seeing the different portals and the different beings and the different ancestors, and practicing praying to the seven directions to open and close the container, and really noticing that there's so much. And then coming home from all that, and then recognizing that I had been not prioritizing some of the most important connections, relationships, having fun in all the different ways, and letting go of the grin that's there, to be with what actually is there, to not try to actually show up. And where do I want to show up? And I get to choose. It's a choice over and over again. And when I hear someone else's truth, to be able to truly bear witness to it, to know that especially those who love me aren't saying things to me to deliberately hurt me. Rather, it's a call to awaken and reawaken and remember. And how do I use my infinite awareness and judgment and choice and discernment to make choices that actually guide myself and those who I love into the life that we already know we want to be in. And it's that paradox. Paradox is such a big word. Divine imperfection, divine imperfection. Everything works out perfectly, and everything is perfect, and everything is a notice for how do I want to shift this in the future. One of the key things I shared with my dear brother after we realized that there was a error was I was like, in the moment I didn't see this, but in hindsight I was like, oh, we could have just invited ourselves to blow our nose. And such a simple action could have changed things profoundly. And forgetting that simple action. And then things like, oh, I can't find the spoon. And looking everywhere and then taking a pause, and then the spoon's right in front of us. And whether it was there all the time or whether it was lost, and what is lost can never be found. And so what is found is never truly lost. I'm looking up at the clouds, and there's one that really looks like a spaceship right now, behind the clouds as well. And just being able to see more of this without having to make it true or right. Do I actually see that? Do I know that 100% to be true? No. And I'm having fun, instead of just looking at the clouds and the shapes, just imagining what is around me right now, what is near me. Oh, and then this morning I was singing and crying to Forever Young by Lily Kershaw, and a hummingbird literally flew up here right in front of me, right here on the rooftop balcony, saying hello. I hadn't seen one in so long, and I'm so grateful. I just cried and laughed. And yesterday I had the same thing. I was in the car, and I realized there's a story in my head that I was a fuck up, I am a fuck up, I'm always going to be a fuck up. And I cried with that story of fuck up. And then got reminded as I shared openly and vulnerably, it's okay to fuck shit up. You tell everyone else that. It's okay. I got this. I got this. I got you. And so asking my higher self, my higher selves, my guides, my ancestors to help hold the container around me so that I can actually fuck shit up too, because I do great work when I don't try to be perfect all the time, when I allow myself to fuck shit up, because then all these possibilities are available. And it's wonderful sitting both in the clouds and in the sun and in the warmth and in the coolness and taking in this life and this world. I went to bed at 2 something yesterday. 2:40 was the last time I looked at the clock. I probably went to bed at least another 20 minutes after that. And I woke up around 7 something and got some sunshine, got my enema this morning already, sent out a few messages, and now it's just getting clear on what I want to do, who I want to be, how I want to show up for my family over the next few days, because we've got a couple birthdays coming up, and we've got a couple transition points, and we've got a couple of memories, and then I've got my own parents visiting from the 20th to the 25th, and I've got my own planned cleansings of blood and of heart and soul. And how do I want to create and co-create all this? How do I want to choose amongst all this? With my allies, with my teachers, with my friends. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for all this beautiful new technology, and I'm getting better at choosing what is it that is really important. And it's not about the things. There's nothing I can buy that's going to make life truly different. The things that I'm becoming more aware of is, where do I place myself? Where do I place myself in relation to those that I love, that I care deeply about? And when they remind me that they're not receiving, feeling, honoring my love when they're feeling sad, not to blame and shame myself, rather know that I want to be a part of their journey. And how might they be taking on some of my old stories and patterns? Just like I was with a friend's mother the other day, and her bowel cancer, I could feel so deeply that I actually had to purge. I had to take some shits, which very surprising for someone who does regular enemas. And then also had insane challenge and even just driving, because I was just holding it in, and then it took away from me being able to be with my family as husband and father. And is that what I really want? And I'm so grateful I got clear. Even if she wanted to work with me, it's a no right now for me, because I am not choosing to take on things I already know may disable me from being with my family, even in the short term. There are things that really feel worthwhile, and the whole universe, the whole cosmos doesn't depend on me. And there was a knowingness and a seeingness that I am a sun, that this solar system isn't a single solar sun. And I don't know what that all means yet, and I don't need to know. And part of it is not trying to take it on going, I am the one, I'm more special, I'm more different, I'm more than. And the paradox is actually embracing them. I am more than. And I am going to continue to step outside of the world of comparison, because it doesn't matter how amazing someone else tells me my life is or how I may look on a platform like Instagram. What matters to me is my experience of life and the experience of life of those around me. And if I can play my part to make that experience more enriching, then I will choose that. I can choose that. And I can make mistakes. I can make mistakes even though there are no mistakes. I can make mistakes. And even the ideas of a theme of radical selfishness, I know it's not the end result. And it's a beautiful beginning, and it's a beautiful meeting point for those who need that as a theme. And I'm getting clearer and clearer as I'm trying to think of big pictures, as I'm trying to think of other businesses, and I'm trying to think of fake things, that it's coming back to, can I actually live my life in full awareness and integrity and be a model that I would want to replicate and imitate, and that I'm not trying to create followers, I'm trying to create leaders. And sometimes the best way is to mirror each other in the most honorable way possible. And in that mirroring, something new happens where both the mirror and the initiator of the mirror learns that we're both teacher and student and allies. I was watching someone just mirroring them going through a really challenging process, and then realizing he was showing me how to do healing work. And just imagine, I know that this weekend we literally created someone's brand new spleen in someone's brand new aorta. And it was really important. And we actually created a new chakra. And new may be a very generous word. It may be rediscovering, it may be remembering. And the word that comes to mind right now is still new. And recreated or created or co-created, all those words. And it was funny, someone had gifted a crystal that is a literal representation of the old spleen. And I have a literal representation of the old aorta. And these crystals are beautiful reminders, teachers, beings, and remembering that it's okay to seek the beauty that I seek in the world, to actually recognize, to acknowledge, to see, to remind, to witness that beauty, because the beauty in a way is only beautiful because there's a witness, or it's only beautiful with the witness, or it's more beautiful with this, or it's more aware with the witness. Just like the acknowledgements that I got yesterday of love and connection and trust and support, and seeing my growth and my continued commitment to growth from my fellow facilitators and my fellow clients was such a gift. And then it was the balancing of it all. That's what Dr. Demartini said. It was the balancing of it all. Getting another message to remind me, okay, now that you've been pulled up, now in a way you could say you're being pulled down, but it's just bringing yourself back to that equilibrium where you can actually see the waveforms and see some of the hurt, the pain, the sadness, especially in the absence of me, and then see, how do I want to choose life? I don't want people who I'm fully committed to feel like I'm not committed to them. And how do I keep recreating and recommitting and renewing the vows? And the noise of the trains yesterday and the choices between windows open or noise is just another reminder. We are not planning to be here for a long time. We're here for a good time, not a long time, so have a good time. The sun can't shine every day. And thank you, sun, for not shining every day, and thank you for shining every day. Thank you for the clouds. Thank you for the thunder. And I really enjoy a warm rain that I can step out into and bathe and wash myself in it. And I enjoy some deep, profound sunshine. And I enjoy going to snow when I choose to. I just don't enjoy maintaining my life around snow and cold. And that's part of it as well. I'm looking at another vehicle, and I think it's going to be the Lexus GX. And I think it's going to be that because it's low maintenance, luxury, power, reliability, and there's absolutely no rush. There's absolutely no rush because it's not the priority. Priority is myself, my son, my beloved, freedom and flow. And in that freedom and flow, we can be with the widest range of emotions and be with each other and see myself. And I thank them. I just thank them. I'm noticing the traps on the traps on the traps of the mind. The inner conflict that's there is always trying to find someone to blame. The inner conflict isn't resolved when you actually find someone to blame. It just feels like you can step into one polarity and feel righteous and justified. And I am stepping more into breathing into the inner conflict. Breathing, that's that breath alchemy, that's that breath wave, that's that Ohana breath. And Ohana means family. No one gets left behind. The ha, the head's touching and breathing. Because when we breathe together, we're being together. And I'm going to remind myself, have fun. Even if I'm laughing and crying and screaming, I choose to. I want to create a space for those I love most to be able to experience their range of emotions. And I love you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I forgive you. I thank you for giving me. I am chief. Portal. I receive. I used to tell people I'm a master receiver. And there's just so many more layers to receiving. It really is just the complete. When I was 19 and I had my first drinks at the bar and I got 4 shots and I totally threw up and went completely limp. I had to fully receive it. It was such a challenge even just to carry me because I literally couldn't provide the resistance to make it easier to carry me. And that is one aspect of such receiving. And then I was watching my dear friend Matt doing some of the Iyengar yoga yesterday after ceremony and during ceremony in between places, and just being reminded that's what Icy has guided me towards, and I'm going to go do some of that now too, to open up different parts of my body as I wait to receive and give. And I'm going to read that book, The Go Giver, soon. That's the book I received from Zen because it was a reminder that my friend Matt said, and he can see me and he acknowledges me and nothing wrong, and he can see how I'm constantly trying to take because I'm not truly sure of my intentions. There's a part of me that's terrified of going bankrupt, being caught for being bankrupt. And so how do I take as much as I can from people, and people are having trouble giving because they can feel that underlying taking, that underlying sneakiness, and sneaky and tricky. And it's not avoiding the sneaky and tricky, it's fully embracing those parts. They have served, they have helped get me to right here, right now, and I don't imagine they're the parts that are going to get me to where I truly want to go, where I truly see myself going, where my future self is guiding my present self into. And my future self is always, always with me, always with me, always with me. And I can forget, and then I can remember, and every time I remember, I never forgot. It's just like that breath. The moment you remember, oh, the breath, you didn't forget. Thank you. Thank you. And you did forget. Such a paradox. Every single thing, dichotomy, paradox. It's fun, it's frustrating, and it's such an advanced and it's such a simple concept. And I'm so grateful for my parents, where I came from, for my brother, for my brothers. Holfei literally means I know how to fly. I know how to fly. And yesterday we unfurled the dragon wings. The dragon wings. And it was more than just dragon wings. There's other wings of other beings and the lightness of it all. Flying isn't about pushing against the gravity. It is about rediscovering the lightness. Rediscovering the lightness. In the moment that you need to, you can rediscover the non-lightness, the heaviness. And then darkness. My darkness is shining. Your darkness is shining. Have faith. Heal myself. And thank you for all the blame. Thank you for all the shame. Thank you for all the guilt. Thank you for all the worry. Thank you for all the fear. Thank you for all the sadness. Thank you for all the distrust. Thank you for all the repetitions. I'm putting in the reps. I'm putting in the reps. This is my gym. This is my workout. This is how I choose. How I choose to rediscover, redevelop this body and rediscover that space of ascension, to really notice that death urge and finding just the alive and evil and live, same word. There's so many paradoxes and plays and little clues that we planted for ourselves. And isn't it beautiful? There's so many languages, and each language has more words to describe certain components that we want to highlight, whether it's thank you, I love you, snow, water. And water, what a beautiful, magnificent product. And how do we source the best water possible? And I love that when I ask my dear friend Sky, it's like, we can help get someone to get spring water. He's like, I love getting spring water. It's like, oh yeah, chop wood, carry water. Chop wood, carry water. I love doing what I love doing, and I don't love doing what I don't love doing. And how do I remember to love doing that which I love doing? I love you. I love me. Thank you for this magic mirror work. This one was really special to me, and I have no need to make this any more special than any other video I publish, because I don't need to draw you in. When you found this space, it's because this is the time and the place that you were meant to be to receive this. And I look forward to seeing you again. Ciao for now.